Okay, my friends, today we're going to do our first animation. You're going to have an option to do a top that spins. This is called animation on stage. Let's get to the next one. Or a head, a sculpted head. Skipped over one, this creepy little dinosaur. We're going to actually skip over this one, a little bit more complicated. Or this tuna can rotating. So the first thing we're going to do this is we're going to navigate to here and select which one we want to work with. I'm going to select this one. And you're going to click on it, and it's going to open up a folder for the top. And in this folder, you're going to have all the files. What you want to do is download each file to your Chromebook. So I'm going to go here and start clicking on each one of them and download them. Let's see if I can do it en masse. Well, I'm going to click on this one first. I'm going to go from 1, 2, 3, 4. And all you have to do is click download right here. And that will download. And then go to the next one. Download that one. Third one all the way. There should be about 8 of them to download, and they'll all go into your downloads folder and your Chromebook. And that is a way in which you can have the assets. Ooh, it's still downloading. All right. And then the last one. I got 7 of them, I guess. Oops, come on. All right. So you'll see here, I have them in my downloads folder, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what I want to do next is go back to the presentation, and we're going to go ahead and click on the next page. Oops. Here we go, and click on this link to the template in Photopea. And so it's going to load up the template that I've already loaded for you guys. And we're going to work with this. It's going to set up a background image for you. It's kind of like a stage. The next thing we're going to do is you're going to go to File, and we're going to upload those files that you just downloaded. So we're going to go File, Open in Place. And now we're going to go navigate to our Downloads folder and find the tops. Top 1 through 7. I'm going to click Open. And you're going to notice it's going to start populating our layers right here from top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they're on top. The first thing I want to do is I want to hide these. I want to click on the eyes and just leave the one here and select it, the top one. And then I'm going to go to Select Magic Cut. I'm going to do this to each layer. Magic Cut. It's going to take a little time. And I'm going to try to get rid of the background. And it looks really good here. So I'm going to go OK. And what that's going to do, it's going to create a duplicate layer of my my top one. So I can throw away my old one. I can drag it and drag it down to the garbage can. Oops, I didn't want to copy it. Drag it down to your garbage can, or I can just click on the garbage can while I have it selected. So I want to do the same thing with each one of these files. So I'm going to Magic Cut. It gets delayed at times, just kind of loading it up. And you want to look and see if everything's intact. If it's intact, you can go ahead and say OK. And you got that file underneath that you want to get rid of. So now I'm going to select the next layer and go to Select Magic Cut. Again, it's going to take a little time. It looks like everything's good intact again. Oh, wait a minute, wait, I don't want to do it too soon. Looks like right here we lost some of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this green, click on the green, and I'm going to drag it down here, down the middle, and see if it makes it reappear. It looks like it has. So I'm going to go ahead and say OK to that. And again, I'm going to click on the layer and delete it underneath. I just want one copy of each layer. Then I'm going to go again, select Magic Cut for the next layer, layer 4. It looks like I'm going to have to select the green again and do some repairs with this yellow. See if I did it okay. It looks good. I can say okay. Lucky actually, because usually I have to do a lot more repairs, so this is actually pretty good. So now I got layer 4. I'm going to select layer 5. Let's go ahead and Magic Cut. Just Magic Cut gets rid of the background for us. And oh, it looks like we have some repairs we have to do. So I'm going to take that green again, click on the green, and drag this just across some of it to clean it up. It looks like I've got a little bit that I'm lost. Let's see if that helped it. There we go. Looks, well, now I also want to get rid of some of the shade. There's a lot of shade there. So I'm going to click down here with selecting the gray tool, and I'm going to get rid of some of this green that's on the ground. I'm going to just click on a few spots of it. And then I'm going to click on the red tool, and I'm going to click in the shade area, not on the top, but just in the shaded area. And that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and say OK. And again, I'm going to click on the one that's over it. Now I've got layer 6. I'm going to go ahead and Magic Cut that one. Looks like I have some repairs I need to do here. Clicking on the green. All right, that looks good. I'm going to head say OK. And again, I'm going to click on the 6th layer and get rid of it, the original one. Now I want to click on the last layer, the 7th layer, and go to Magic Cut. And that looks good. So we're going to say OK. So now I can show all the layers. I can click on all the eyes. Oops, we got something. Oops, I got layer 7 that I need to get rid of. Forgot it. There we go. Now we got all the tops lined up. And what I can do right now is I can hold down my Shift key and click across all the layers and select them simultaneously. And now I'll go ahead and resize them and reposition them. So I'll go to Edit, Transform, Scale. And you'll get this bounding box. And what you can do is you can click on the corner of it, hold down your Shift key so you keep it in proportion, drag it down, making it smaller, make it fit about halfway into the middle there. And then you can click on this checkbox when you get it right where you want it. That will position everything where you want it. The next thing I want to do is I want to add a drop shadow behind each one of them. So I'm going to select layer 1 and go to layer style, drop shadow. And I'm going to select, first of all, the angle of it right here, the distance. I'm going to make it a little bit more distant. I'm also going to change the color right here. So I'm going to go and change it to kind of a purple. Like that. And I like the direction it's going. I kind of like where everything is right now. So I'm going to say OK. So now I can do the same thing to each layer. The nice thing about this is that it's saved. So all I have to do is go to layer style, drop shadow, and all my settings are saved. So all I have to do is say OK. So I can go to each layer and do that. So layer style, drop shadow, OK. Same thing here. I'm going to do it to each layer. I'm almost there. Layer, layer style, drop shadow. I'm on layer 6 now. I want to show that. Layer style, drop shadow. Oops, say okay. And then my last layer, I'm going to do the same thing. Layer, style, drop shadow, say okay. Now I have one more major thing I need to do. I need to rename these so that it's recognized as an animation. So I'm going to double click on the name, top one, and I'm going to bring my cursor to the front, and I'm going to do an underscore A, underscore A underscore, and then I'm going to do a comma, comma, and then I'm going to type in 400 and then a space. What that does, that 400 makes it 4/10 of a second. So I'm going to do that for each one of the, each one of the layers. Let's see if I can get that copied in. So I'm going to put that in each one of the layers. I'm going to type it in each layer, double click. And this is telling the application to animate those layers. Here I go. And so now I've got each one of them labeled underscore A underscore comma 400 and then the top number or layer. So now I'm ready. I'm ready to go ahead and check it out and see if it works. Before I do that, I want to save my work. I'm going to go to File, Save as Photoshop or PSD. That will drop another file into my downloads folder that I can work with. And then I want to go to File, Export as GIF, GIF. And then it's going to give you this message, and you don't want to click OK. Here you actually want to click Cancel, because what that will do is it'll reduce the size of your image by half. And so you're going to get this dialog box, and you can see the animation in action. I'm going to just say Save. That's going to save it to my downloads folder as a GIF file. And next thing I'm going to do is I am going to go to my, I don't even know if I have it up, but I'm going to go to my slide in my assignment, and I'm going to take that image, that GIF file, and drop it into my slide for the assignment. And there I am done. That's all I have to do. All right, that's it, guys.